Hey, everybody. This week we're talking about sex, which is always a lot of fun. I find it a lot of fun because it's what I study, it's what I do research on, it's what I've written a lot about. But it's also really fun because it's this secret world that actually everybody is experiencing, whether you're engaged in a sexual relationship or not, whether you're thinking about sex or not. It's another one of those contexts in which we're all enveloped. So, the place where we start this week is reading an article by Pepper Schwartz. Why is everybody afraid of sex? And what I'm asking you to write about on your discussion board is why is everybody afraid of sex? So you're talking about what Pepper Schwartz has to talk about and what you think about. But I also asked another question, which is that really true? Is that really true? Is the question that I ask you in order to be a skeptic about the material presented. Pepper Schwartz presents an article about all the ways in which we have a lot of contradictions about sexuality in the U.S. When you read further into the material, for example, that Pepper and I wrote about heteronormativity in the introduction to our 2011 book, The Gender of Sexuality, that's another part of your reading. When we talk about heteronormativity, we talk about one big source that helps to capture the contradictions that we have about sexuality. So read closely about Pepper Schwartz's ideas about how we have contradictory policy. Also read closely about what we mean by heteronormativity, or the expectation that normal, wholesome identity and sexuality is always that identity where biological sex is defined by male versus female reproductive organs is aligned with social gender, that is, being a man or a woman. But then there's this third piece, which is that they're also aligned with the expectation that really the ideal form under heteronormativity of being a good man or a good woman is those things aligned along with heterosexual sexual identity. Above that are the expectations that we all practice and participate in institutions that relate to that, in particular marriage. You've read about the heteronormative critique from Abishai et al. About the marriage movement in the way in which there's this idealization of heterosexual marriage as the form that's going to make society better. All this discussion about heteronormativity that's embedded in the material that you're reading this week is not to say that heterosexuality is the problem, because it's not. As I wrote in This Is What Heteronormativity Looks Like, another piece that you'll read for today for your discussion board and your lesson, what I wrote is that heterosexuality is great. It is the social practices around making some statuses superior and more privileged to others, and then the social practice of kind of making those commitments to a particular form embedded and implicit or sneakily hidden within the social structures. I'm hoping that's helpful to you, and I'm looking forward to reading your posts, and I think we'll have a good time this week. Bye.